Yes boys, welcome back to the channel. It's Luca here. We had a busy week this week with the agency, and it's now Saturday, and I'm just going to take you guys through my weekend, what I get up to, kind of things I have planned. Currently about 12, so I'm going to head to the gym now. Just done a little bit of cardio before, and I'm going to head over to the gym now, so I'll catch you boys there. Yes boys, just finished off with the gym now, went home, showered and everything. Just got to the Palm now, so I'm going to Atlantis at the moment. Gonna go there, stay for the night. Still haven't eaten, it's like 4 PM now, so I'm fucking starving, so I'll try and get checked in as quick as possible, get some food in me, and then yeah, I'll catch you boys there.
It's different right here. Yo, I was nominated, never won a Grammy.
Just had a nice little coffee. It's Saturday today, and typically on a Saturday I don't usually get as much work done. Saturday is the kind of day where I like to recharge, kind of just scheme on the week, because Sunday things do usually pick up pretty much as a normal week. But I'll show you boys quickly where we're at in terms of for the day. So currently it's the 2nd of August. So yesterday was basically first day of the month. Today so far it's about like 3 PM UK time at around 5.4K. So pretty kind of standard. Again, same thing yesterday, closed the day about 10.3K, which is at the moment kind of what we're averaging a day on kind of a typical day. Main things I've got on at the moment is just a few little tasks in terms of with my week, kind of reviewing the week. Last week was a massive week with the agency. We've had a lot of kind of internal shifts. So a lot of our internal team have been upgraded to either higher positions or more kind of important roles within the agency. So there's been kind of a few shift abouts. As well, we are still kind of hiring pretty rapidly again. So all of our targets and things that we did set for Q3 are in full effect. And a lot of the things that we are working on, again, like for example, yesterday, in terms of what I had on and specifically with the agency, was we had the monthly meeting. So kind of aligned perfectly with the end of July, where basically we went through the month, went through what went well, what went wrong, what are the things that we can do to improve it, and basically hit the ground running this month essentially. And every manager of each department essentially had something to present about their department, their KPIs, where things went well, where things went wrong, already troubleshooting what went wrong. So we have a specific framework which we follow when it comes to any kind of problem solving, which they've already gone through with the specific problems as to why either they were behind on a KPI or behind on a specific metric, and we put them now into full effect into August. And I mean, typically in the summer months, it usually is a bit slower, just in general in most business, where essentially people are obviously on holiday, it's summer, etc., etc., etc. But the way we're kind of approaching it is staying super locked in, super dialed in, pretty much just setting up as much of the foundations as possible to allow us to scale in Q4 and also towards the end of Q3. So things are going extremely well, extremely happy with the kind of progress and everything so far. And yeah, I'll get through some of this work and then I'll catch you boys in the next clip.
Hey, Roman numeral 7, babe.
Yes, just got here to Cloud 22 Rooftop now, show you around the view. See what it's saying. Nighttime in Dubai usually is fucking a bit too boiling, but for some reason they've got outdoors AC here, so it's fucking cold. Even downstairs, there's like, you don't feel the sun as much outside here, but yeah, fucking spend a bit of time here, do some cool shit, get a few drinks, get some shisha and just bake off for a bit. The goal for sure still remains, move into one of them cribs down there. It's mad how when you live here, it can be 20 minutes and you're not even in the city, because where I live is basically like middle of the city in downtown, or just next to downtown, and it's mad how you go 20 minutes and you're literally by the beach. Is a different vibe. I'm still not sure. I've got about 3 more months left in my place. Not sure whether I move to the beach or stay in the city, because convenience wise the city is far clearer than the beach, but it does obviously feel a bit more chill on the beach, a bit more clearer thoughts. So have to see when I move in. But I was just thinking on a specific topic to talk about, and one of the things that kind of came to mind is the concept of killing your old self, and I'll go into it for a bit. So the idea is, at each point of success or of your journey, whether it's your specific income goal, whether it's your first 10k month, whether it's a body goal, like losing a specific amount of weight or getting in a specific body, whether it's another goal like having a first fight and all these other little things. The concept is that you're a byproduct of your habits, your thoughts, your routines, etc. Basically everything you do on a day-to-day basis. And the idea is, if you want to get to any goal or any target, you're gonna have to change your approach. You're gonna have to do things differently. You're gonna have to act differently. You're gonna have to live differently. You're gonna have to think differently if you want to make 10k a month, if you're making 0 right now. If you want to make 30k a month, if you want to make 50, if you want to make 100, etc, etc, etc. The things that you're doing on a day-to-day basis have got to act in alliance or in accordance of that specific goal or target. And the funny thing is that you can always obviously compare with either different business models, different people, different just ways of generating income, and say, oh well, he's not doing all of these things, for example, and he's still making X amount a month. And the reality is, regardless of the business model, certain businesses have more leverage, let's say make more revenue or make more profit. Might have a higher profit margin business, might have a way higher ceiling in terms of revenue but low profit margin. Every business has its pros and cons. Because I was talking with this about someone in e-com and how the game works with there, and it just made me realise a lot of people that have shiny object syndrome and move from business to business are just stupid, because at the end of the day, the problems that you're complaining about, let's say you've hit your ceiling where you are now, these are problems that have all been solved before. By who? By people who have killed their old self and applied new ways of thinking, new approaches, and new ways of solving those problems to get to that next level. And it doesn't actually matter what goal, what target that you are setting. What actually obviously matters is, what are your standards and what are your approach to your day-to-day? Whether it's an income goal, physique goal, I don't know, whatever the fuck the goal is, everything just boils down to your habits and your approach to hitting said target. Let's say it's an income goal, it's not just going to be one thing. You have to be good at everything that comes into making 100k a month or making 10k, 30k, whatever amount a month. You have to embody and live by it and be good at the skills that encompass making that certain amount per month. So if you're not kind of at your goal that you want to be at right now, and you're not making the money that you want to make, you have to look back and audit, what are you actually doing? How are you living? How can you upgrade your standards? How can you kill your old self and apply new thought processes, new processes of solving problems, new ways of thinking to solve problems, and new ways of hiring, delegating, systemizing, etc, etc, etc. All the boring things really that come in with getting your time back, focusing on the more high ROI things, doing that over and over and over again until you have things relatively running so you can focus on the main thing that makes you money at the end of the day. It is all fractal, it all applies in every walk in life, whether you want to hit a certain physique, certain income goal, or any other goal at the end of the day. You have to kill your old self, and you have to embody and live the new way of life that would act before you're already making the income that you want to make. And that's just a little words of wisdom in the morning. I'm gonna finish up this coffee now and head to the gym. Show the view again. It's pretty sick. There's a few kids on jet skis over there. Alright, just a little update. Been chilling here by the beach for the day. It's currently about 3 p.m. Fucking boiling as always. Good thing is though, I had a few end of week calls to do. So had a major end of week call to do where on Sunday typically I review things, how the week went, what has to be set up for next week, what are the goals for next week, what will success look like for next week. So spent about the last hour and a half walking up and down here, getting my steps in and just getting the call done. Clear actionables for this week. And yeah, fucking sick way to end the Sunday. I do say it on the other kind of vlogs I've done here on a Sunday, how important Sunday is just to set up your week. I mean, like, if I relate this back, and again, not every week I'll 100% like do it at the level as I am at the moment, but whenever I go into a Monday without a clear agenda or a clear action plan for the week, the clear things that need to get done, genuinely a whole day gets wasted doing that on the Monday morning anyway. And the days like back a year and a bit ago when I wasn't even doing any of this, literally what would get done in a week, I genuinely wouldn't know what to show for it or have anything to show for it, just because I didn't plan it beforehand and just because I didn't know what success looks like and how to troubleshoot my way if obviously I fell short of the specific target. But yeah, if you're to take like one main piece of value from this vlog specifically, is how important that is with having a good week, checking how you are on your KPIs or your targets for the quarter or for the month. Again, like for example, let's say you set a revenue target for the end of the month, for the end of the quarter, that's fine, but how many times do you check back in on that with your team? How many times do you get them to check in on where they're at with the progress towards that goal? Because if you're not doing these simple things, and all of these things I'm talking about, to be honest, are relatively simple, but if you're not sticking to them, as you do scale, as you get to 20, 30, 40, 50 employees, there's so much things that move slow communication, slow decision making, no decision making, just slow, everything moves slow if you don't operate from this standard. So yeah, to take one key thing from this vlog, 100% apply this within whatever business you're in or whatever your targets are. I'm gonna quickly cool off then in the pool. At least the pool is temperature controlled, so I can kind of cool off and just bake off there for a bit, because fuck me boys, absolutely roasted. Alright, just got back to the city now, drove back, changed, went to the mall, had a bit of food, and now I'm at one of the favourite spots that I like to come to and work. I mean, typically most weekdays I'm pretty busy in the office, either on calls and meetings or just locked in at my home office, but other times I'd usually come here, get some work done from a nice hotel lobby, and again, just kind of switching up the routine or just switching up the environment where I work. Different thoughts come to me, different ideas that I can then go off and implement, which is the main objective and the main thing. So I've got a few kind of little bits of work to kind of finish off for the week, so I'll get cracking with them now and I'll catch you boys later. Good fucking morning. Cheers to another double espresso. It's morning now. Just forgot to film when I came home, but yeah, another day. Literally got gym on the way. Gonna meet up with a friend of mine, go to the gym and run back the same routine as always. But just to kind of close off the vlog, another little piece of wisdom is how important raising your standards are. And this really applies to everything, and it's kind of put it into perspective with a talk I was having yesterday, and just realizing how important your standards are, whether that's with your health, whether that's with your business, whether that's with your life, whatever the goal is, you have to have your standards at that level and you have to check in on that goal daily. It's all well and good setting this goal. Let's say it's moving out your parents' house. Let's say it's making your first 10k a month. Let's say it's making your first 50k a month, 100k a month. It's all well and good setting the goal and getting comfortable once you set that goal and thinking, okay, cool, because you know you're going to get there, and you know, like, you have the belief already. You know you're going to get there eventually. And I'm the biggest kind of culprit of it, why I'm actually talking about this, was that I'd set a goal and know, yep, I'm going to hit it. And then eventually I would have hit it, but it wasn't reiterated every single day. I'm not waking up, checking at it, holding myself accountable to it every single day. And without those check-ins, without the daily accountability, without analyzing daily, are you operating on the right standards relative to that goal, you're not going to get there as fast as if you are tracking that stuff. So as a piece of advice, because I'm applying it now and I'm going to apply it even stricter now going forward is that when you set your goals, whether it's moving out, whether it's hiring someone, whether it's a certain amount of revenue or profit per month, if it's a gym goal or whatever, you have to hold yourself accountable daily, because if you're not, you're going to fall off track and you're not going to know every single day why the habits you stick to, why the discipline, why the routine matters, why the things that you do now matter 3 months down the line. Because if it was easier setting a goal and then after a few days you get to that goal, then everyone would do that, or towards the end of the goal where you just have to lock in a little bit and then you hit it, everyone would be able to achieve any goal that they set. But it's the decisions, the habits, the things that you do now, that's what matters 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, a year down the line, depending on how big the decision is. So make sure that you're being aware of the decisions you make sure you're auditing and reviewing it daily, and you should see significant progress, significant growth closer to those goals. And again, you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. You can't keep letting yourself slip and staying behind and staying off track with the things you set, the targets that you set. But hope you boys enjoyed this vlog. I'm going to be filming like this more often now, every single week. So I'm going to start including again some of the stuff I get on throughout the week with the team and with work. So I'll catch you boys in the next video. Peace out.